This is the Tactical Muffin Top. Muffin Top, Muffin Top. Late night fat boy exercising stream. Was throwing up some videos on the YouTubes and the Instagram, and came down at 9 o'clock. Looked at my phone. It's 10:15 Central. Well, Muffin Top has dedicated himself every night possible to the treadmill, a couple miles this week, every day. Doing another chest rig video on the sneak peek for anybody in this stream. I'm on the Condor 6 pocket that I modified. This was my first chest rig I ever bought. It's pretty cost effective. It's pretty comfortable. For all those super duper tactical elite people that shit on Condor, it's some of the shit that holds up compared to most, so pretty good. Doesn't hold as many mags as the Nezumi, but the straps are a little bit more comfortable, I feel. That could just be me wearing it for years, who knows? Got to get my belt from Jay figured out. What's up, Calhoun? First one in with the high. Appreciate you, my dude. Bean Dog hopping in here with a wave. What's up, my dude? Trying to get this belt squared away here whilst walking. Probably a bad idea. Need to tighten it up a little bit. It's sagging down on my ass too much. How y'all doing, Pat? Sent you an invite, my dude. NEA's chat got nuked last night. Why? What's up, Daniel? Doing a late night walking stream here. Why did NEA's chat get nuked? I went to bed early. Wait, last night? That was Honda's chat, right? Are we off on that? Come on, Belt, you dick. Miss B, what's up? Oh, he just got nuked now? I was just trying to look for his stream, and I didn't see... It didn't show it was today. That's weird. Oh, yeah, okay, that's the one I was watching. Okay. See, for some reason, it wasn't telling me it was live. So that was weird. Maybe that's what was going on, is it was getting fucked around by YouTube. I was watching that while I was editing my videos, because it's been a minute since I hopped on an NEA stream. Quite frankly, our schedules just don't line up, you know. I got the boy to bed about an hour early tonight, so I caught up on some YouTube stuff, and I'm walking my fat ass on the treadmill. So got the Nalgene bottle for water. What's up, Joe Morgan? So what was he talking about that he got nuked? I must not have been caught up to live. Maybe I was like behind in the stream is why it wouldn't say it was live or something. I don't know. What's up, Pat?
Hey, yo.
How you doing, buddy? Hey, what's that walking thing that you have? What's that thing called?
Walking pad?
A walking pad? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking about getting a couple of them now that I'm actually in a weight limit that I can get on one. But I was thinking about getting one because my boy is like super interested in the treadmill, and I thought, you know, he could walk on that till he gets bored and not die while I'm walking on this. Because this can do like, it's a pro form, so I can do like trails and stuff off the internet and like elevation and shit.
Oh, that's cool.
Training things to cut weight and calories, whatever. But it can do like high intensity incline workout, calorie deficit burn, shit like that. He don't need all that. He's 3, you know.
Yeah, the only reservation I'd have about having a kid on one is there's not like a bracelet thing, like a safety thing that cuts it if they fall.
Right. Well, if he would do it,
fly off the back.
Just hold his hand while he came over to walk on it, you know. Hey, you're showing your face, by the way. I don't know if you want to.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me.
Okay.
If you can see it, anyways, it's dark.
Yeah, NEA is moving apparently to Michigan.
That's weird.
It says he violated community guidelines for what? Moving? Daniel, did you hook him up with a job? Daniel, hook everybody up with jobs. We'll get you a freaking killer mag. Let's do this shit. What's up, Mark Legion? Jim Morgan said he'd been busy today, got a food thief. So Operation Spoiled Milk. Uh-oh. We put laxatives in the milk to see who's doing it. Nice. That's funny. I like
Yeah, we
that.
did. A buddy of mine did that at work a few years ago. Somebody kept eating his frozen burritos. So he thawed them out, put laxatives in them, and then froze them again.
Yeah, I don't have people that fuck with my food because you don't fuck with the fat boy's food or you die. I thought that was pretty simple.
Just you just don't have anything good in your lunch that anybody wants to take.
Well, that's true. It's either cabbage stew or it's spinach salad. And they're like, yeah, I'm good. What's up, Robert Ham?
So I still can't go live.
Really? You should be able to.
Yeah, I even went on my alternate account and subbed to myself to get me up to 51, and I verified my phone number, and it just won't let me go live. I don't know. It says wait till you get to 50 subscribers, and then it tells me to make more shorts.
Oh, he was watching a video of people handling pew-pews. I see. It thinks he's Mexican. Nice.
It makes me wish Rumble was a lot better than it is.
Yeah.
Sure would be nice to
I'm telling
have
you,
a little bit of freedom.
better. Don't be fucking knocking it.
Yeah, it just the user interface isn't as nice.
Yeah, as soon as they get mobile, I think StreamYard will be toast. It will be for me. Like the only reason I'm on it right now is I'm on the treadmill or I do a driving chat. Other than that, it's just Rumble for me. So.
And I already pay for YouTube Premium.
Jesus Christ, you're loaded.
No, I just can't stand listening to commercials.
They're banning the Mexicans from the internet. Good.
Jeesh.
I have said it before and I've said it again. I'll say it one more time. I have a friend who is legit from Mexico, and we went to college for HVAC together. And he saved for a little over 5 years to come up and do this shit legally. And then the motherfucker came to Nebraska out of the entire fucking country because it was something he could afford to live in. And a gal he was dating at the time lived here. And he adopted her son from a baby daddy, taught him to play soccer full time, ran that kid's soccer team, went to school with me, sucked at electrical, but he's good enough to install HVAC equipment. And he's still fucking busting his ass today. He came in this country at 40 fucking years old and took a family and bettered it. Okay? He fucking hates illegals. That guy worked his ass off. He's still working his ass off to be here. That's a real man. There's too many squatters that are coming in just wanting a free handout.
Yeah, you can't have open borders and a welfare state.
Sounds like he was an American, Daniel said. Yeah, no shit. He's a good
Yeah,
dude.
he was an American born in Mexico.
No, he's Mexican through and through. He said when he was a kid, he almost stole an apple because his parents were so poor and he was so hungry. But a kid that was a little bit older than he was stole an apple from the market, and all the villagers took their machetes and cut the kid's fucking hand off. So he
Jeez.
decided to be hungry. Yeah, they don't fuck around in different countries, man. Like, we are so fucking spoiled here. He's like, I would rather starve and have both my hands than be a thief. I'm like, you learned a valuable lesson that day. Don't be a piece of shit. It's good.
Oh,
Made venison pot roast for dinner tonight. Oh, I'm jealous, Robert Ham. That sounds delicious. Sober living and rehab without supervision. Hey, man, I got friends that have done it. Good work, Joe Morgan. You're bettering yourself, man. Nothing wrong with that. I got family that can't get off of certain things, man. They go back into clean for a while. It just happens. You can't pick your family, but you can try and help them. But at a certain point, you know, if they don't want to help themselves, like you're helping yourself, so you're not
it's
wasting
always
your breath.
it's always a choice.
Yep. I could have been
Even
hopped up on painkillers not working right now. I could have been doing that last 13 years of my life. I'm not.
even if your body is chemically addicted, there's ways to get off of that. It's you have to make the choice.
Yeah, Daniel says he does the unsober living. Nice.
After my motorcycle accident, I realized I wasn't taking the pain meds anymore because I hurt. I was taking them because I hurt if I didn't take them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Once I realized like what was going on, I quit cold turkey that night.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to die. I honestly thought I was going to die that night. But
You can from certain things. But yeah, I'm full turkey. I've taken 4 Tylenol so far this year. I'm not even taking that. Like, I'm just saying, fuck it, putting down my purse, being a man, gritting your teeth through it. And if it sucks, I get up and walk around. Like, you know what I mean? I just am fucking over it. I'm not going to tear up my body anymore because they won't fucking fix me or can't fix me and I'm fucked. Oh, well.
well, there's a lot to be said about exercising that area, even though it hurts, because it's the blood flow that heals you. You gotta have blood flow to the area. That's why you break a bone in your foot, it takes so long to heal back up because there's not a lot of blood flow down there.
Yeah. I tell you, I do feel better on days that I work out.
And strengthen the muscles in that area so they can make up for that instability in your back.
Yeah. Yeah, I got a rocking core. You can feel my 6-pack in under my fat because my core basically has to hold my spine together. They're like, wow, you have awesome core muscles. I'm like, I know. But they're like, man, you're tight as fuck in your back and your shoulders. I'm like, I know. And they're like, it's your body trying to hold itself together. I'm like, literally, dude, going on fucking 14 years. I fucking know. You're like the 18th goddamn doctor I've talked to. You know what I mean?
I just heard something. I think it was an interview. A guy was talking about whether or not to get surgery if you tear something in your knee. I think he had a PCL tear.
Yeah, Grunt
and
was talking about that.
Is that who was talking about it?
Yeah, he said he fuck it and didn't do it and just strengthened it himself.
Yeah. He was talking about how the football players, like 50% of them have either like had that tear or like had the tear and not told anybody, and then just worked their way through it, strengthen their body.
Yeah.
If you got strong muscles around that weak knee, then evidently it works.
Let me catch up on the chat here. Beats freezing to death or living under a bridge. Yeah, no shit, dude. I have zero desire to be sober the rest of my life, but you get your own place, you're stuck. Found 3 women who's bored. Nice. Made some chili tonight, Mark Legion said. Came out good. Have leftovers for chili dogs. You know, I just watched a video of some dude. He bought one of them freeze dryers and was freeze drying chili. You do that yet?
No. I went through the stint when I first got it of freeze drying a bunch of candy and shit.
Yeah.
I haven't messed with it since.
Yeah, chili, stew. Might as well.
There's there's a company that makes these dividers that fit the trays, so you can make like individual servings of something like that.
Yeah, that'd be good. That would be good.
As the freeze dryer was technically for my wife, but she didn't have the time to do stuff either.
Tell her to get on it.
Yeah.
He's on Suboxone. It's not for addiction. Oh yeah, for pain. Zoloft. Whoops. Made me feel like a junkie. That makes you dependent to maintain it. Yeah, coming off of it is weird. Mark said he gritted his teeth so hard he broke 6 molars. Jesus. Yeah, Daniel bought a National Armory or National Guard compound. Where's the invite, Daniel? We'll be there. I got a few shorts coming out, and I got my Minuteman IFAC from Jay from Prepared Citizens. There's video coming on that. I gotta get an IFAC pouch for it. I'll probably just buy like a Condor or something. It's gonna remain shut most of the time. Doesn't need to be crazy, you know. That's how I look at
Yeah.
it. If you're opening your IFAC that much, you're probably a medic, and you probably need more than just a fucking IFAC.
Yeah, the I stands for individual.
Yeah. Well, the way I look at it is kind of the way Jay has it set up. 2 compression bandages, gauze, whatever, gloves, shears, a tourniquet, and a Schlissman, and I think it's something else in there. I'll probably put some like chest seals and like some duct tape and some pretty good like sports tape gauze. Kind of add to it and fluff it up. But I have a different section for like ouchie boo boo shit, so I like those little dollar store ones. Shit can within them, put what you want in it. A bunch of like band-aids and shit, and a couple of different ointments. It seals really, really tight, flush. You can put it behind a mag. You can put it in like your map pouch. I mean, it's pretty light, pretty thin. You can put it in your back pocket.
Picked up some more Milsurp LBE.
Hell yeah.
It's like some Polish weird ass camo pattern and a bunch of GP pouches on it.
Hell yeah, bro. What was the muffins on that?
35.
Oh, that is bad.
6 pouches and the harness.
You can't even buy 2 pouches for that anymore. That's a good pickup.
I got that Gideon Optics coming.
So yeah,
I heard DLD After Dark talking about it, and they were speaking very highly of the company.
Yeah, I've heard some pretty good things out of them as well.
We had a gun show this weekend, and I went there just to walk around, see what I could see, and they had a big booth set up there, and I got to touch it and feel it. And so it kind of made my decision to buy it right there. Yeah. Just out of shits and giggles, I checked on the internet, and you know, it was selling on the internet for the same as what that guy was offering.
Yeah. Is yours a closed emitter, or is it like the pistol red dot kind?
It's like the closed. It's the closed emitter. It's got a lens on both ends so that nothing can get in there.
Yeah, I think that's the way, especially for like a piggyback mount.
And for some reason, I got like a $50 discount. I don't even know why. I went to check out. Just went to check out, and there was a $50 discount on there. I was like, well, hell yeah.
Nice. Oh, yeah, I don't have the muffin game going. I'm on mobile. Alan, sorry. I can only do that on the desktop. hit it up tomorrow. Trying to see and lock it in if I'm gonna have Twin Arrow Survival on tomorrow or Fatty West Side. I might be getting that. Yeah, I'm gonna talk to that dude. See, the problem is I can't really talk to a lot of big guys until I'm at least like at 1,000. But I messaged that dude from Black Diamond, the guy who makes those fat holsters that you like, Fat Tech or whatever.
Yeah.
That Josh, yeah, he makes them. I messaged him, see if I can get him on a chat and talk about his holsters, or see if he can hook me up. You know, even if it's at a discount or something. And like Jay sent some stuff to throw in the giveaway pool. You guys will see in the video. He threw in a couple patches, some stickers, and a little knife. So that's cool. Appreciate that. Jay's a good dude.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure how they intend to use it, but the fat guy holster, it rides a lot lower in your waistband. So the draw is definitely slower because you gotta slip your fingers in between your waistband and the grip.
Yeah.
It's pretty hard to get like your good master grip before you actually pull it out.
Well, there's also something to be said for deep concealment at times too. So
Yeah,
deep concealing, you know, it's to have it on you, not be a race guy drawing as quick from your holster as possible. It's you may draw it under the table, and then when you get a shot, you know, then you present.
right. But you can push it down a little bit before you go to sit, and it just tucks in right under that muffin top.
Yeah.
Doesn't really gouge into you really hard.
Thank goodness, no game. Oh, you don't like the game? Yeah, some people like it. Those are the points I use for my giveaways. So if you're loaded Reaper 10 mil, which you're shooting a 10 mil, you could be. This is for the homies that need some stuff. You know what I mean? I try to help out people that can't afford to get shit or are loyal and hang out. I like to give some back. I think that's what everybody should do. Mark Leeson said he got a PLCE from UK today after waiting a month. Holds 12 mags, 2 canteens, and sustainable stuff. It was new in the bag. Their version of multicam. Going to combine. Going to be trying that with the Nezumi. What was the muffins on that, Mark? Gonna try combining it with it? Oh, Jesus. You gonna be rolling fucking 25 mags deep? Man, I hope you're not a muffin. Hopefully, you're not a big guy like Muffin, man. Hopefully, you're ripped. A lot of mags, homie. I got.
Well, there's no such thing as too much ammo.
One in the gun. I got a 40 and a 30 on my belt. I got 6 30s on the chest rig. Knife. I'm trying to find a way. I kind of want one of like those Condor water bottle deals, so I can put like a cook cup and an Nalgene on it. I think it would be good, but I got these cheap like knockoff Camelbacks at Cabela's for like 15 muffins. So I'm kind of working those on all my kit because they're pretty light. They have a couple little pouches, put like drink mix and shit in it, you know. But for 15 muffins, everybody can have a pseudo Camelback. 56 shift, that ain't bad.
There's no such thing as too much ammo unless you're going swimming.
Yeah. Well, I like the idea of you have some runners with like those like, what do they call them? Those like dump satchels. You can put like 20 mags, throw some water, calorie, some lube, and like a maybe gun cleaning kit. The medical. I like the idea of having some runners or some dudes on bikes. You know, you meet at a location, change all your shit out, and they can either load it up and come with you or run back for fresh shit, you know. Yep, dude. Oh,
And
it's
my
been
son,
okay, cool.
my son picked up a new rifle this weekend too.
Oh,
He got a Ruger American in 308.
there you go.
I don't know if it's the regular or the Predator version that he got, but it's got like the barrel is tan and fluted. It's got
Yeah,
like a flash hider deal on the end.
yeah,
Yeah, he bought a scope from the same guy, and I was trying to talk him out of it without straight up telling the guy to his face that he was selling junk scopes.
Well, some people do that, and
I was trying to talk him out of buying the scope. I kept telling him, like, I got a scope at home you can use. I got a Vortex.
yeah,
And he's like, I don't know. He threw in free rings, so whatever. But it's
yeah.
only a 1-inch tube, and it's kind of an off brand. I can't even think of what the hell it is right now.
Be alive. Wasn't my Arkin, was it? I've been hearing some pretty good
No,
reviews on Arkin, by the way.
no, that's what I wanted my son to buy. He could have got a lot more scope from Arkin for less than he paid for that. I think it was $369 for the scope, and he threw the mounts in for free.
Yeah, I paid $3 for mine, and it was normally it's like, well, of course I got it on Black Friday, but they normally want $7 for it.
Yeah, the Arkin is. I've heard a lot of good things about it also, and it also had it was a 30. The one that I showed him on there, I think it was a 34 millimeter tube,
Yeah, that's what I got.
and it had a nicer reticle in it and everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Zero stop.
I'm about to let you know,
Yeah,
I've been seeing a lot of guys. I follow obviously more like hunting cameras. I've been seeing a lot of coyote hunters slapping them on rigs to get their glass way out there. They've been holding up pretty decent. Of course, most of these guys are also shooting on a tripod, bipod, or you know, not super crazy, but at the same time, well, hell, in a perfect scenario, so would I. You know, if I'm taking long shots at two-legged critters, I probably want something bipod at minimum, or hanging out on a wall with like a bag. That would be sweet. Whew, Muffin Man got 2 miles in. Sweat my balls off.
good job.
Thank you, sir. With weight in
Proud of
jeans.
you.
I didn't even change. It just my jeans and my long sleeve shirt I was wearing with my undershirt and my Duluth. Scoot, we need to do something soon. I need to talk to somebody else. Rip Curl. I need to talk to Rip Curl too. How dumb do you think it is to keep most of your collection in a different place? That armory has 12 by 16 walk-in vault, be a badass gun safe. Well, I would say your situation is definitely leaning towards the level 4 there, Daniel. And quite frankly, if you had that, and if you had like a relative or a cousin or something, or like a friend that didn't need to work and could basically just chill out there on the compound all the time, so you had 24/7 security, I would say move 80% of your shit there, because it sounds like that's your end game anyway. And then you don't get robbed or looted all your shit at your house. That's going to be way, way more secure than anything you could have at your house, even if you had a panic room, you know? Plus, they'd have to figure out which building it was in. So I would be on board for that. That sounds pretty killer. So, I mean, if you do my numbers 10 and 4, if you had 10 ARs decked out the way you wanted, keep 4 at your house and put 6 there. Or, put 4 there and have 2 in different cache locations at other mag members or storage units on your way to and fro, I'd be on board for that. Reaper 10 Mil says he loves his American Hunter 308. Been putting together gear for others as well. Plan on being the general store one day when I'm too old to do the serious stuff. Hell yeah. Nothing wrong with that, man. If you're in the financial place to be the supplier, that buys some loyalty. I put together a get home bag for my friend that uh, uh, he gave his wife. It got his wife interested. Nice.
Magwells for it.
You what?
You can buy conversion magwells for it to use AICS mags. So
there you
instead
go.
of like the little the little 4-rounder, you can actually get like 10, and I think 10 rounds is what they go to.
I thought they just went right in. I didn't think you needed an adapter.
I'm not sure.
Maybe it's a different
It's
model.
from the research I'm doing, it looks like you got to get a magwell conversion. It just
Probably
bolts
worth
right
it.
on.
I just moved to that
But-
armory full time. Yeah, that'd be sweet.
Like you were
Mark,
saying,
Yeah.
if your targets went from 4 legs to 2, you probably want a little bit of extra capacity.
Yeah. But like these guys are saying, when you get old, nothing wrong with running behind a bolt. If you know, like, obviously, your strengths and weaknesses better than anybody. If you have one fucking leg, you're probably not your infantry squad, right? If you have one arm, you're probably not the guy running and gunning. If you're a fat cripple like Muffin Top, I might be the gardener and the butcher and the hunter. I understand it. Weeds need pulled, water needs hauled. I'll cut some wood until I can't no more, but it ain't gonna be my all day thing, Got to move people around. If you're some old dude, like 85-year-old dude, man, and you can run that comms room and you can get that built, that'd be worth its weight in gold and shit hits the fan. No, it's zoned commercial. You can't live there legally. Well, you could camp there, Daniel. Get a camper, throw it out there. That's funny. Well, nobody has to know you're in there either. It's a big place. Surplus rifleman rigs for brother, nephew, niece, in law for Christmas. They were all surprised. Hell yeah, Mark Legion. Nothing wrong with that. Oh, he said he believes. Reaper 10 said the Ruger Hunter has the Magpul stock. He said he believes the Predator needs the conversion. Gotcha. Okay. I thought they had one.
Yeah, I think that's what he got. It's the Predator, probably.
Got you. Well, that's not bad. But well, that's cool. Thanks for hopping in here, guys. We had 19 people hanging out with Muffin Top, trying to get better, trying to get his body whipped into shape here for SHTF. I've really, really been hitting the diet hard. Really, really been hitting the working out hard. I want to be in as most tip-top shape as possible for whatever may go down, because in the event that Justin B hit it perfect the other day is I can walk 5 miles with my kids. Can you? Well, I need that ability to walk. My boy weighs right at 40 pounds now, so if I can walk with a gun belt and my chest rig on and a little water bladder or something, walking just with my EDC ought to be pretty close. So it's good. Thinking a lot about that stuff. And I think Mac hit on it right. I seen Magic Prepper was hitting on it. And maybe just because I try to take the media blackout on the weekend kind of stance so I can relax and just do shit, my like man shit around the house. Like I'm remodeling shit right now and getting ready to move snow this next weekend. I think the pushback from the cartel dudes, there's been so many guns and ammo seizures all of a sudden with such lax security in the last administration. I'm afraid of how much actually got in. When you hear 2 stories within 24 hours of roughly 50,000 rounds of 50 cal that got caught, bro, what do you think that 50 cal is going to be used on? Just fucking saying. Your EDC, whatever. Even if you got a PSA, you got a nicer rig in the fucking truck, whatever your sedan and your get home rig, dude, it don't matter what you got. Your car's Swiss cheese when you got a freaking belt fed, bro. The 50 cal fucking belt fed on civilian vehicles is useless for you. You could have the best goddamn pistol on the planet. You could have a $5,000 freaking rig. Guess what? It's a pistol versus a fucking 50 cal. You're not going to win that engagement ever. You know what I mean?
And
Like,
between the AGM thermal and night vision, like uh, a whole storage container of those came up stolen,
yeah.
and that ammo coming up, like we need to waterboard some motherfuckers and figure out where they were taking that.
Well, you know it. This is the big problem: is some people let it in. Yeah, and Mac is right, 100%. Mac. What we're hearing about is the small percentage, and I seen old Daddy Trump was increasing security down there. He was going to take away 80,000 IRS jobs and reconvert them to border security, and I believe in that. It's a very interesting time. Obviously, I'm not changing up pretty much anything else I got going on because what luck, I'm in Nebraska. But I've been hearing a lot of rural towns and kind of through the grapevines, through my security contacts and my military contacts and my police contacts, more shit's popping up, you know. So conditioned butterscotch, as lawfully said, probably should be in full effect because these little rural areas, why wouldn't the cartel want to go get hooked up on Granny's farm out 40 miles away from anybody? They just sit there and start growing, pot or throwing a meth lab together, so they're making money while they're squatting. Why wouldn't they? You think the random sheriff deputy or state patrol going to drive past? They're going to pull in the driveway and check it out? No, they're going to keep fucking trucking. That's how it is. So you got to think there's a lot of old widows out there by themselves. Well, you get a fucking Suburban full of dudes with just machetes, man. I mean, old Granny with her cane ain't going to get up that porch quick enough. You get a bunch of 20-something-year-olds, they're used to sprinting in fucking flip-flops. You got Latin gangbangers that'll give their loyalty to the cartels to contend with. Well, here's the problem: is there's a lot of gangs that'll just go because why not? That's the vacuum of power. You want to be with the biggest, baddest leader. That's just gang mentality. Make waterboarding great again. Hell yeah, that's hilarious. He just deployed troops on the 101st to the border. Good, yeah, dude. The problem, Mac, is it's not just, honestly, it's not Mexicans, but I mean, how many countries Platt said they will not take their people back because they know they dumped their scum of the earth in this country and they don't want it back in their country because what are they going to do? They leave from this nice cush plush lifestyle, even if it's $500 a month on an EBT and a free phone, to going back to that dump and being a criminal and wanting to go back in the hole that they fucking let them out of. They're not going to go quietly. It's going to be violent. We need to think the same here because they're leaving probably their greatest point in their life and going back to squalor. You wouldn't fight for that? If somebody said, we're going to deport you and you're going to live the rest of your days in that fucking hole that people shit and piss in every day, or you're going to sit in this apartment with a free phone and internet and get $500 in freaking free food stamps every month, which is an understatement. They get way more than that. They will fight tooth and nail because to us, that's nothing. To them, they're living like kings. Sorry, go for it.
I saw a story that some liberal place was starting to kick the migrants out of their $500 a month in their apartment and their food stamps.
Yeah.
And the theory was that was like the plan all along, to get them here, get them all used to that cushy life. And then once Trump is in, you kick them all out. They're going to be disgruntled and start causing trouble.
Yeah. And, I got a lot of little old ladies around me that have picked up a stub nose 38 or a little pocket pistol or pepper spray. Teach them, because who is most to be targeted? A little old lady by herself. Or like Mac was saying, they go with the kidnappings. Just snag the mom with the kid. Well, fuck, worst case scenario, you get the mom to tell you where she's living. You go eat off her pantry for however long she's got. Get rid of her, do whatever you're going to do to her, and then go sell the kid. They know how to make money. They're not dumb.
Yeah, there's that guy that got in trouble for like trying to teach people how to squat professionally and like actually steal houses or something like that.
Yeah.
So you don't think they were paying attention to all that?
It's going to be a very interesting time. And if you have women in your group or women that you care about, whether it's sons, daughters, grandma, grandpa, just loved ones that are vulnerable, people with disabilities, you got some, like my sister's in a fucking wheelchair. She doesn't go anywhere without somebody packing at least 2 mags. She don't. And at minimum, we like to have a family member with 2 mags and a caregiver for medical stuff. So take heed and note that you probably have vulnerable people in your life, whether it's your church, whether it's your community, whether it's your neighbors. Keep an eye out for them. If you see them unloading their trunk with groceries, offer to go help them carry in the groceries if you're close enough neighbors. You know what I mean? You see some old lady walking on all this ice, these people that don't get all this snow and ice stuff, we're getting another round of that. You know what I mean? Like, be ready. I knew someone who was fair to good at cowboy action. He thinks he can fight off a home invasion with a 5-shot single action. Tried telling him he was crazy. He's lost. Yeah, especially the way they do it now. Back in the day, it might have been 1 or 2 guys, and the one would run off scared. Well, now it's 4 to 8 guys, and they got long guns, bro. Yeah, I wouldn't be rocking a single action. I can fucking tell you that. And of course, I had somebody else tell me, they're like, hey, shooting a gun's like riding a bike. You never forget. And I'm like, that is the biggest line of bullshit ever. I said, do you hear how much dry fire I do when you're in this fucking house with me? He's like, yeah, you're clicking all the time. I'm like, yeah, you know what that translates to? Training. You need to train. It is a perishable fucking skill. If you haven't shot a pistol in 10 fucking years, you probably ought to hit the range. You probably ought to go with somebody who knows what they're doing, because they probably have some new shit to teach you. A lot of stuff changes in 10 years, especially in firearms.
Yeah, that 2.5 years that I was out on the road, over the road with my wife, when I came back like I barely shot the entire time that I was doing that. When I came back and tried to shoot a pistol, it was night and day of what I used to be.
Yeah, Daniel, he is pumping them out. But we'll get into some of the nasty ones. Like I said, right now, who knows? But we got 2 countries already basically refusing I think Mexico and Colombia. I think Colombia might have figured it out. Honestly, if they get some of their maximum security guys back, they're probably just going to cap them. Yeah, Calhoun said Mexico is partly run by cartels. If they fight us going after the cartels, we might get Mexican War 2 Electric Boogaloo. Dude, yeah, no shit. And they got good shit. Like, basically, I'd say they're maybe half a step behind our military as far as gear, because they roll with Barretts and freaking RPGs and javelins and armor. Like, dude, they have whatever they want. They got the night vision. They got thermal. They got Barretts. They got shit that we don't got. They got belt feds. They got freaking little technicals with armor. Like, you guys have seen the videos about the Mexican cartel. They got like 40 freaking armored up vehicles with their own paint job, their own uniforms. Who do you think funds that? We do. We fund everybody who's our opposition. We're fucking retarded.
It makes me wonder how much of that they have. Like, is it like a unit's worth, and they're playing it up, making us think that they're more powerful than they are, or are they really that freaking armed up?
Well, moving drugs is a very, very profitable and lucrative business, and I got to tell you, much like Nancy Pelosi pulled out last week before the Nvidia stock dropped, and she sold Nvidia and Google, so watch for Google shoe to drop. I don't know if y'all have seen that, but Nvidia is tanking a little bit with China's new deal they dropped, whatever the fuck they're calling it. She knew about it a week before. She sold all of her shit. You don't think they know about what's going on in the cartel and moving the drugs? They don't care if China's supplying the drugs. They're making all the fucking middleman money. He thinks if he hits 1 or 2, the others will turn around. No, these ones aren't loyal till they die. They're, hey, I have to do this, or they're going to kill my entire family, extended and otherwise, with cousins down where I'm from. Like they're desperados. They're on the end of the line. They're basically slave labor that's forced at a gunpoint. But the gunpoint's not pointed at them. It's pointed at 30 fucking people they love. It's pretty disgusting. What's up, KP Heathen? That Chinese shit ain't gonna work out. Watch. Oh, I'm sure it's not as good, but it is shaking up the tech sector, which I wouldn't think would shake up NVIDIA, since they're got a lot of military stuff, from what I understand, especially tech-wise. But yeah, as China does, they copy shit and they don't do it real well, and they do it as cheap as possible. So, but a cheaper contender equals smaller companies may go that way. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of small companies compared to large. They're playing the numbers game. China's pretty good at that. Thanks for hopping in here, Pat. I'm glad I got a little sweat in. I'm going to get some push-ups and some body weight squats in, round out my evening. And I don't need
Get her done.
Don't need you all to hear me grunting to do that. So I think I'm going to tell y'all goodbye. I appreciate everybody being here. We had 20 people. Please make sure you like, share, and sub. And I can't drop it in on account that I'm walking upstairs, but hit up your boy on Instagram. My videos drop on Instagram first. So check that out. Appreciate everybody.
Like, share, and sub to your boy Pat Riot.
Yeah, hit up Pat over here.
My channel is nearly impossible to find. I don't know how to make that better, but you know.
They said they invested something like $5 million into their AI. NVIDIA had something like $60 billion. Yeah, but the talks. What company are they gonna? Is BlackRock gonna dump $9 trillion into? You guys have seen that, right? I think that's Bitcoin, right? They're buying like 9 trillion fucking in Bitcoin. That's gonna, especially with Trump making the move on the crypto market. I bought the dip. I got about 500 in it, and that's
Don't you have to wait? Don't you have to wait for somebody to sell that much? Like,
there's enough of that coin on the market they can, but they could short the market. You know, they could burn a certain percentage of their wallet that removes it from the market, which makes the rest more valuable too.
Interesting.
Yeah, so
I need to go buy. Some of that.
Yeah, if you have like 1 million coins and you buy and burn a quarter of it, which is a pretty hefty amount, your other quarter basically triples in value. So you can short the market that way because it doesn't exist anymore. All you have to do is put it in a wallet and lock it, encrypt it, and destroy it. What's TMT's Insta? It's Tactical Muffin Top, my bro. Tactical.muffin.top. Everything's Tactical Muffin Top, baby. Scoot said, Pat, he's already subbed. I don't know.
Awesome.
Some interesting things, but yes, if I were you guys, I would have something into crypto. And Daniel's much more in tune with that than I am. And you should do, Daniel, maybe you should get a channel or something going to tell people how to invest, because we got a lot of older guys in our chats. You know, you could be a very knowledgeable NEA's economics personnel. You know, teach the old boys how to hop in. I mean, I'm computer illiterate. I just do math for a living, so.
Yeah, we gotta get Daniel on somebody's chat.
Yeah, we should. Daniel's a good dude. He's smart. I can't believe he hadn't hopped in with Duke yet. Him and Duke seem to get along pretty well. You should hop in. You should talk to him about that, Daniel. You should hop in with Duke. Just invest. LOL. Everything goes up if you have time. Yeah, that is the biggest factor, is time. I think we figured it up, and we could survive on one person's income next year, which is going to be so nice. Both of our vehicles will be paid off. The house will be paid off in 5 if we both work. If not, one person could work, and then might do the homeschool pod thing. We're looking at it. But, you know, if we both don't work, then it removes options as far as extra house as an income, and I about got this deal worked out. I'm buying a camper. This guy wants this toy hauler. A guy in my mag is selling his toy hauler, and that's going to be my down payment for this house. We're going to get the contract going because he has a super expensive, like 2022 Razor with lights and a bunch of cool shit on it. And so that's going to be my down payment for his house. And I'm going to have a rental. So it'll be good. And then, you help out the mag too. Win-win.
Keep it in the family.
If I can help it, it'll be my son's rental forever. And he'll always have a house. He won't ever have to worry about being homeless. Might not be the one he wants, but a free house is a free house. I never had that. I'm on my second house right now, getting ready to buy my third. I worked my ass off in the first one, lived in it for 6 years, remodeled the whole thing from the ground up, new electrical, new plumbing, new heating and air, new everything, and made a pretty good chunk, made a little under 60K on that one when I flipped it. So basically lived in it for free for 6 years. That's how I do. That's how my family does it. So I've been raised the entire time. Grandpa's remodeled fucking 13 houses, and one of them 6 times. There was a rental that had a bunch of shitty people in it, but that's what we finally sold that one after we redid it last time. It was a bitch. After we had a rattlesnake den, the chimney was sinking in the house. It was an older house where the chimney was in the center of the house, and we were going to jack it up and take it out ourselves until we heard all the rattles going off, and we're like, yeah, I'm good. I'm like, you just want to torch this house, Grandpa? He's like, no, how about we call a guy? So that was a very expensive removal, but necessary. And then we just had somebody do the chimney just in case, so we got out of that. But at least in Texas, they pretty much fuck the rental market. You basically don't make anything with property taxes and insurance. Yeah, see, that's shit. Are you Dewey Smith? No, I'm literally on all of my social media. I am just Tactical Muffin Top. You will not find any of my shit on there. Of course, I'm not a guy who likes social media anyway, so I really don't have a social media presence to begin with. I don't have time to like people's shit on fucking Facebook, okay? As I just said, I'm busy remodeling fucking houses. Like a man. I'm lucky enough to know how to do all that stuff, Plumbing and electrical and HVAC is fucking expensive as shit. I just do it at my own crippled body pace. It might take 6 years, but I'll get it done. That way it's easier too, so you don't take out a huge fucking loan and do it all at once and burn yourself out. One room at a time every 6 months.
Yeah, we just redid our upstairs bathroom, got that finished up. Got a bunch of plumbing stuff to do in the basement. But the pipe down there is bigger than what was up in the bathroom because I bought some extra because I knew I had to do the basement. And then I realized all the pipes bigger down in the basement.
Well, your bathroom usually drops from depending on how big your main line is, and I don't know your code in your state, but usually your bathroom drops to 1/2 inch and 3/8. 1/2 inch for your tub, and you might have 3/4 on your tub depending, but a lot of it's 1/2 inch like for your toilet, and then it goes to 3/8 for your faucets.
Yeah, that was all 1/2 inch. The stuff in the basement's bigger though.
Yeah, probably inch and a quarter, 1.5 inches. Not inch.
Yeah.
Right.
I guess so. Hard water is real bad on those joints, and I have a couple that are leaking.
Yeah. I tell you what, the PEX helps with that. And if you have an issue with the one getting water hammered right there, just don't put a 90 right there. Just bend your PEX up if you have the room, because then you don't have to worry about it hitting a fitting right there. Pro tip. It's a ghetto tip, but it makes the most sense because it's a mechanical failure and PEX doesn't have that issue.
So you like the PEX stuff, huh?
I love PEX. Especially, Of course, you have to remember where I'm at is we get probably a good 2 months where we're below 30 degrees. So we have a very large frost line. We get a large window for shit to freeze and break. That's how I got this house so cheap, was a pipe broke in it, and I had to take all the drywall and carpet out of the basement and redo. I redid all the plumbing when I moved in. That's what you got to look for. If you got a skill set like that, or like you do mechanic work on the side, right? Or now you're doing freeze drying and 3D printing. Like,
Yeah, I was a carpenter for 6 years too.
yeah, dude, that's a way to get property. If you're a plumber, HVAC dude, drywall guy, and they got like an unfinished basement or something, that's your green light to go get that property because you can make it worth more.
Yeah, I can frame, hang, finish, a little bit of electrical and plumbing.
No, I don't hate PEX. I love fucking PEX, Calhoun. What are you talking about? PEX is the shit.
Maybe the shit talkers I hear about PEX just don't know how to install it.
Yes. Well, they're probably older. That's usually the thing. Like all these people hate all these Milwaukee like press fit connections and stuff, and those are fucking awesome. But it's all copper, or brass, which is super expensive. Plus, you have to have all the tools to do it. Super expensive. I love having a few shark bites in my bag, and if something's fucked up, I just cut it and slap a shark bite and another piece in, and you're done. Oh my god, I love that.
So there's kind of a steep startup cost, but
Very
you think it's cheaper in the longer run?
well. It's definitely cheaper than the cost of copper, and you have a lot less issues with it, and it's more forgiving opposed to running around and soldering it all or press fitting. The press fitting is super expensive to get into. If you're just going to weekend warrior it, PEX. If you either rent a PEX gun or just like the one that looks like bolt cutters, or you just say hell with it and just buy a bunch of shark bites. Like you can get the cheap plastic shark bites. If it's interior, not up against exterior walls, you don't have to worry about freezing. The plastic ones are fine. If you have to worry about freezing, I like the brass, but here the brass fittings will freeze because it gets cold enough. So maybe you run the plastic in an area that freezes, and then you put insulation over it, and then you put it up in a headspace or something, and you tack it in with wood and more insulation. Just depends on your fucking area. But
all my stuff is exposed under the down into my basement.
yeah. Well, if I were you, if you do it, it would be in your basement, so you're not like a crawl space. So that's good. Yeah, I don't know. I love PEX, so. But I've also done a shitload of PEX for work, so. And now that's probably that shit'll be fucking obsolete here in a few years, probably anyway. They'll probably come out with something new because they're dicks. That's how the market moves.
Well, it certainly stops the crackheads from ripping your pipes out of your wall.
Yeah, that it really does, because there's really, especially if you. Oh, by the way, don't use that fucking aluminum wiring. That shit is garbage. Yeah, they're pretty much replacing copper with aluminum and PEX. It works good. But you guys are gay. I need to go to fucking bed. I gotta finish up my workout and take a shower.
It's my fault.
You're pretty.
Keep you talking.
Yeah, you're good at it. It's all good. I like to talk. Have a good one, man. See you, everybody. Thanks for tuning in.
Take it easy.